Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green globe of ours. Welcome to Real News Live. How did that banner get up there? I don't want that banner up there right now, although, that is where you can find me. Welcome to Real News Live, our first post-Christmas show. Neither Jen nor I feels good, but we feel good enough to do the show. Jen, you got a little virus. I'm getting over my sinus infection. I feel like I'm finally getting over it. I'm not coughing quite as much, not goobering quite as much. So Manchester City plays today. Go City. Before we get started, I think we need to address something that's really important, which is the death of Chester Packer over the weekend. And he either passed on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Christine kept us up to date, in the Telegram channel. And all we can say, Christine, is that we love you and we're very sorry. We love Chester. And I'm so sorry that he didn't make it to the end here. And I don't want to get angry. I want to get angry, but I'm not going to get angry. Because you people who are holding this up know who you are. And, there will be a reckoning. So all I can say is that I'm very sorry. I know, Jen, I know you tried to help Chester as best you could, but without the intervention of new technologies, I guess it was just his time. So
we love you, Christine, and I will be here for you as much as you need me. I'll continue the healings for you, and we'll talk to him when you're ready.
So I just want to take a moment of silence for Chester, for everybody, so he can see us do that. Okay, Chester. Godspeed wherever you are. Good luck to you. And I hope you get to see some pretty spectacular stuff down here in the world below. Thanks for the yard work. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's pretty loud from where I am. So I'm going to turn Jen up. So how was everybody's Christmas? Jen, how was yours? I got some cool stuff. I got my Tiger Tank slippers.
Oh, that's cute.
Tiger 131, the only remaining operational Tiger Tank in existence. Tiger 131, used in the film Fury, Brad Pitt. I got my Tiger Tank slippers. I got a few other cool things. Popcorn maker. So I have like a movie theater popcorn machine in my living room now for watching movies. I almost finished Lord of the Rings, which is what Christmas tradition. Also made some Christmas cookies. These are called sweetheart cookies. Jen, they're kind of an oatmeal based cookie, and they are beyond delicious.
Awesome.
What'd you get for Christmas? Oh, I also got tons of T-shirts that I have not worn today because it's a Manchester City day, but I will be wearing in the future.
Mm-hmm. From me and for Dave. Guys, got to share them.
Great.
Faith, my Oh, I got lots of things from the girls and from Brett, and the prize pulled it out at the correct time, and I let it rest the correct time, and it's still it was really good. It turned out great. The dinner turned out great. It was just a little, it was like medium when I cut it open, so I'll have to work on that in the future. But
you keep
turned out
freezing.
everybody got their presents. Everybody was happy. And I was done. It was like a week of nonstop preparation for that, and we pulled it off over here. Everybody's happy.
Well, that's good. You froze a couple times. Probably to the audience, I froze, but we got the gist of that. Sounds like a nice Christmas.
Yeah, everything turned out good.
Mm-hmm. Dave and I went to Jim and Regina's for
nice
Christmas dinner. It was very nice. Regina cooked for us again and gave us presents, which was not okay because we weren't supposed to exchange presents. But of course, knowing Regina, she can't help but
can't stop her. You can't stop her.
You cannot stop her. She is a force of nature. Okay, so we had hopes of something happening in the political or financial world over the Christmas holiday. It did not happen. I believe Jen told you, the angels told her, 80% something's going to happen. Well, I guess the 20% kicked the can down the road again. We still don't really know where we are. I will say this on my side of things, Mark and others are still, Mark and Wolvie are still hearing it's moment to moment, which we've heard for a long time. Of course, Bruce called it again for the 98th time in the last 10 years. I will say this, my bond guy said last Thursday that he was getting paid on Tuesday. Tuesday was yesterday, and now he says he's getting paid on Friday. So again, what we're looking for here is one thing to start this process. Iraq revalues their currency. Iraq goes on Forex with a currency that has a value like $1 or something, or $3 or $5. We're looking for the full global currency reset. We're looking for the removal of Joe Biden one way or the other. We're looking for something big that spins this whole thing around and changes it. And we haven't gotten anything. And we have to be honest about the fact that we haven't gotten anything. We don't know why, and we don't know who's holding it up. That's what we have Jen for. So we're going to ask Jen what the angels have told her. No responsibility. It's not on you. This is not up to you. You're just relating what they're telling you. I would, after you're done with the Jen tell, I would like to ask them what happened on Christmas, if something stopped it, how it got stopped. But we'll do that after the Jen tell. Jen's got a few things to tell you. It remains optimistic. I am not depressed or down. I just don't feel good. So that's why my energy is low. So Jen, you want to go ahead and tell us what you got this morning?
Sure.
From our buds on high. Let me get you your Gentel banner.
Okay, so I went into interdimensional meditation with Archangel Michael and Gabriel this morning. Sat there with them, and Michael was talking about something. I summarized what he said. This is where we are now. There is some kind of deed of ownership over what I believe is the monetary system. Okay. That will expire on the 1st of January. I believe it was a 100-year thing people aren't aware of. Okay. So I believe he's saying that it has something to do, once again, with this transatlantic partnership or whatever that is. That is tied into it somehow. So this deed of ownership, I believe, is the cabal and the banks and their hold on the currencies of the world. They hold the deed. That's the best summary from what he was saying. So they have some kind of deed, ownership over the monetary system of the world. I think it's the world, okay? Either that or the most important countries that could hold this thing up. Ownership over the monetary system that would expire on the 1st of January. I believe it's been going on for like 100 years. So, and transatlantic partnership is in there somewhere. We did get something about transatlantic in the Gentel before. Once it expires, countries are free to create gold medal backed or new currencies. This is something on like level. This is something way deep, way behind the scenes that all of this preparation, we knew this is coming. All the preparation is for that time when so this is mixed up in the mix somehow. Okay. Once that is expired, Michael says we like on Tuesday of this next week, we will start to see announcements one by one about countries and new currencies. So this is the public announcement. Now, what we got for Christmas Eve was that Trump had been in Reno, signed the order to proceed. He's had to sign off on the order of events and the procedures. Negotiations on the world stage are done. Gabriel said Christmas Eve. I'm hoping it wasn't New Year's Eve because I'm pretty sure I heard Christmas Eve.
Okay.
What's going to happen on Christmas Eve? I asked, and he said, Michael said the world changes. I said, how? He said, he pointed up. Price of gold is what he said. So that's what we were looking for, some kind of announcement. Now, we don't know if that happened. Okay, we don't know because the public reveal is the public reveal. And they do that whenever the hell they want to. And so if we're waiting on something to expire and everything's in place, the negotiations are done, and now we get this deed. And I'm going back and forth. That's why I had to summarize the whole thing. I'm deed. You say deed like an action or like an ownership? Deed.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know anything about some kind of...
It's a financial document of possession, yeah.
Okay. Well, of course, I know what a deed is, but I didn't know that we had one over the entire monetary system of the world owned by the cabal and the banks. Most people don't probably know that either.
No.
Once that expires, and possibly now, he says we're going to see more riots, demonstrations, and protests worldwide to create chaos. The cabal is calling in the minions to act. So be prepared for that. If you start seeing news about all kinds of chaos and all kinds of these people over here and those people over there, that's what I originally saw that led up to the EBS here in our country. And if that is true, and we've got something expiring, and everybody says they're trying for the first of the year. Why were they trying for the first of the year? Just because it's the first of the year? No. It's because of this, whatever this deed is. It may also be, I keep thinking back to Charlie Ward when everybody got so mad at him and didn't want to listen to him anymore, like mid 23, and said, well, it's not happening until 2024. Maybe he knows about that. Maybe he knows about that deed or whatever it is. So I'm still hopeful for the first of the year. I'm really more hopeful for the day after. Now, what people do with my Gentel is they go into the chats and I say, okay, something's supposed to happen Christmas Eve and something with the price of gold. We know that the price of gold has been manipulated. And so if they can manipulate it now, they'll just hold that trigger until they're ready and then let go. I'm still hopeful. You know, people take my Jen and say, "Oh, Jen said that." You know, I said, "Oh, something's going to happen on Christmas Eve. It's price gold." Oh, Jen said we're getting notifications on Christmas Eve. It's like this telephone game, and it comes back to me. And I'm like, "No, I did not. I did not say that. I did not say that." So enjoy your holiday season between Christmas and New Year's. Don't panic. Don't freak out. I'm still hopeful that this is coming. There is something that has to do with this quote deed or whatever it's called. So it's something where countries signed on to allow them to control the entire monetary system pretty much. And I think this is there's probably people out there that know what I'm talking about. I know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
I will say this: that gold is at 2,095 today, which I believe is an all-time high. So it is at an all-time high.
All right, so they let it inch up there a little bit.
Yeah, it didn't dramatically shoot up, but it is kind of at an all-time high right now.
So I feel like whatever this deed is, this document, this agreement that has to do with more than one country, okay? It's expiring on the 1st of January. That is a Monday. When I was talking to Michael, he said 1 week. And so I'm like, okay, so if you count today, that's Tuesday. That's the 2nd, isn't it?
Yes.
Pretty sure.
Yes. Sorry.
And I'll keep an eye out. Now, to confirm these things, I'm like, okay, I need some kind of Gentel confirmation here just for me and for everyone else, okay? Because they're just really not doing well lately. And so I asked him for that, and I said, so what will we see to confirm that this is coming? And that's when he told me about the riots, the demonstrations, and the protests worldwide to create chaos. The cabal has is starting to call in the minions, one group at a time. Now, when you see that, when you see news of that, we know, okay, they know this is expiring. They're going to try to create a war, chaos, so much chaos, not just to cover it up, but either to stop it or to get some kind of false sense of control. I don't know. But we're going to start seeing that now.
Well, they certainly, if you're on Twitter X, as I am, you definitely see, and by the way, I am at Mike Barra 333 on Twitter X. There is an invasion that's taken place across our southern border. There are hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of fighting age men, no families, just men, invading our country that are going to be armed by Joe Biden. And so it's all being set up for these massive conflicts over the next few weeks.
Yeah. But what that tells me is they know what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
So if they lose control of the money system, how do they control you now? How do they keep some kind of control?
Yeah.
Well, they're going to send in all the little guys who've got ATM cards or whatever, and they're going to pay them to go in and play parts and create under the guise of outrage, social outrage.
Well, it's just pure anti-Semitism, anti-Israel.
Yeah.
It's what's fueling all this by Muslims. And when are you going to decide enough is enough, Mr. Military Whips? What are you going to do something about these guys? Because all part of the plan doesn't work for me. I mean, maybe all those women that got tortured and murdered by Hamas was part of the plan. That's the plan. The plan's fucked. So this needs to be stopped, like now, ahead of time. No, not one single American life is worth whatever your plan is. So these people, let's just remove the guy, remove the vice president, remove everybody, go French Revolution on them is the best way I can put it, and then start rounding these invaders up, getting them out of the country. That's where I'm at. The financial thing, Jen, the transatlantic partnership, I believe, is an unholy trinity between the Crown of England, the Vatican, perhaps the Rothschilds Bank of France, and Washington, D.C., the Satanic Cabal in Washington, D.C. I think that's
That makes sense
and,
now. I did not know that. I
that
didn't
was
know
the
what this
alliance.
transatlantic thing was.
Yeah, that's the alliance that was kind of set up in World War II. And post World War II. So I think that's what it's referring to as you're looking
But
at.
look at the timelines that we experience in real time.
Mhm.
Michael was saying it was 100-year deed or 100-year thing.
Yeah.
Could it have happened in 23? Could it happen in 1924? And then they decided to have their war games and everything else, and then reveal it when it was justified or whatever, or show the Union afterwards. I mean,
Yeah, and
public reveal always comes after.
that was part of the planning for World War II, was to set these alliances up.
Well, that's
and that's the other thing too, is that the financial thing. I know the Federal Reserve was set up with a 100-year charter on December 21st, 1912, to expire on December 21st, 2012.
It's not that.
Which you may recall is the end of the line.
This was definitely a bunch of countries together.
Yeah,
Something.
but that was
But
the
if we're talking England and the Vatican,
right, but that was part of, I think, this larger fiat currency structure that has to be taken down. So that's
well, that makes me even more hopeful, because I did not know that. I mean, I should know that, but didn't. And when it was getting this information, didn't really put that together with the transatlantic part of it and this deed. It was 100 years, and that expires, and I think things are about to get bumpy. I really do.
Yeah, well, I hope so. And, we have till the end of the year to hopefully see something happen. Just, I mean, Mark agrees with you. Before the end of the year, something's going on. The question is, guys, we don't know what. And we don't know what was planned really for Christmas Eve. It might have been gold. That's the impression Jen got, but it could have been political. It could have been sociological. It could have been an agreement. It could have been news of Trump signing off in Reno. Nobody knows. So, we have to
It just hasn't been revealed. It just
well, but unfortunately, this is what.
But it may be an important piece that had to take place so that we could do this and get it done.
And what we need,
and maybe if those pieces weren't in place and we pulled the trigger prematurely, it would have been a problem.
Right, but of course, it's the public that we're all waiting for. It's the public something that we're all waiting for. Jen, let me ask you this: see if we can get the angels on the line. What are the chances that Iraq has a new currency rate January 1st? Like, let's say at $1 or above. What are the chances of that? I don't know if that's a good question. Is that the right? Does Iraq plan to have a new higher currency value on January 1st, 2024?
Planned, in the works. They have some kind of window. It's like a 5-day window in order to do that. There is, so don't panic if you don't see it on the 1st.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody loses their crap and just like, oh my God, it's all over. They have some kind of 4 or 5-day window in order to, from the 1st on, to announce or to publish.
And it would be really nice if they would just get on with that, guys, because then it would all be started and there's nothing you can do about it. So everything is waiting on these guys.
If this is true and accurate, then I would say it would come as soon as this expires, and they're free to do so. Maybe they're in the mix somehow with that. Maybe that's why we're watching them.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's why they
What did
couldn't
they
say,
sign 100 years ago?
yeah, they couldn't say publicly that they were going to do it until after the first. Maybe that's the way it is.
We'll see.
So we shall see. All right, 700 of you guys here in the live stream right now. I appreciate each and every one of you. Remember that these videos get taken down almost immediately off of the YouTube channels, Mike Bear 2, Mike Bear 3, Mike Bear 333, after the live stream is complete. But you can always find them over on mikebarrett.blogspot.com. I have to work on this site. I have to get links to mikebarrettpets.com and CBD Gurus and other stuff where you can watch not only the videos, but also pick up the products and stuff that we're making available over there. Appreciate it very much. If you go to mikebarrett.blogspot.com, and the videos will always link directly to the Rumble site. This is the Rumble site where you can go in, create a Rumble account, and do the thing that's the most helpful to us to all of us, which is to subscribe. Hit this little red subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. $5 a month. It's cheap for you. It helps us. Gives us some recurring income. That's the most valuable thing you could do to help the channel and help the shows. And you get a little red castle, and you get to ask your questions first of Jen when it comes to question and answer time. Jen, by the way, I wanted to let everybody know that I have already purchased my Christmas sweater for next year, and it is this one. It's not Christmas until Hans Gruber falls from Nakatomi Plaza. It's colorful, it's red, it's green, it's got guns, it's got Alan Rickman as Hans Gruber, and that's on its way to me. So that's next year's Christmas sweater. I'm already planning for it. Please, if you can, visit our wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus, over at the cbdgurus.com, where you can get all kinds of cool products for your health and your pet's health. Slide over to wholesale, slide down to the Mike B wholesale tab, and type in the discount code, which is ALIEN. Let me get my where is that? Jennifer Flaw. The CBD Gurus. ALIEN is the discount code. Where are we? Here we are. Over at the cbdgurus.com, pick up this week's specials. You get some dong with your specials for $50. For $100, you get 80,000 dong, and you get 120,000 dong for $1.50. Now, guys, if the dong were to go, let's do a little calculation here. If the dong were to go just to a nickel,
Yes.
0.05 times 120,000. Your purchase at the CBD Gurus would be worth $6,000. Okay, that's how generous Matt is. That's how cool he is. And we've got all kinds of cool stuff in here. We've got the immunity boosters, the Miracle Gold gummies, the Lion's Mane, the Delta 8 gummies, the pet treats, the beef flavor for the dogs, the chicken flavor for the kitties, the lounge pants you can pick up. These are the Bigfoot pants, with Bigfoot getting abducted by a flying saucer and riding Nessie's back. And you can also slide up here to the Mike B formal wear and pick up the Whiskey and Wisdom pajama bottoms, or the Mike Barra alien pajama bottoms with my face and Mark Z's face and flying saucers and aliens all over your nether regions, ladies. Pick them up. The Mike Barra pajama bottoms for winter time. Okay. Also, please do not forget to visit our other sponsors, our new sponsors, the Mike Barra Pets Pet Club 24/7, guys. MikeBarraPets.com is the site where you can pick up all kinds of, these are very special mushroom-based products for kitties and doggies, and they are all based on this vesicolor, Coriolis versicolor mushroom stuff, which Diana up there, she has the Christmas house, has been just absolutely, basically cured her cancer. So she decided to get into business with these people to create pet treats. And Barkley absolutely loves the Mojos. There's dog biscuits, there's kitty treats, there's a super sauce. I know Kimberly Reck just got some super sauce for her for her pets. And you can also pick up, excuse me, shop now. You can also pick up products for humans. And I have just started the Inforce Coriolis versicolor mushrooms for immune system booster. And I am going to be taking that now to try to get everything straightened out with me. And the Inforce Restore, I just got some of that and going to be also taking care of this. Taking some of this. It's very cheap. This is going to support liver function, pancreas, helps promote healthy blood pressure. So looking forward to everybody getting over to MikeBarraPets.com. You can buy stuff for your dogs, for your cats, and for yourself. And we've had a good response to that. Okay, Jen, why don't you tell us what is going on over at JenniferFalaw.com today?
Okay, well, I'm doing it right now. I'm putting up the yearly forecast reading. I was a little apprehensive about doing these again. Now, in my defense, personally, on a personal level, the other stuff that wasn't about the RV was very accurate.
Yep.
But I'm going to give it a shot again. So the yearly forecast, it's not up there. I have to finish putting it on there, but after the show, it will be up. I'm going to put it up. It's an hour reading. I'm going to put it up for $99 on sale. That's $40 off. Regular hour reading price. Get them now. I'm only going to be offering them for a short time. And so basically what a yearly forecast is we take a look at your life in different areas. We look at family, health, career,
finances. We do look at finances. Let's just say it.
Well, probably won't, we'll just take that with a grain of salt. I've got like test anxiety when it comes to the RV for some reason, it's just
Stockholm syndrome. Yeah.
Be in therapy later on, a few years from now. But, so anyway, we're putting them up. Everybody wanted them. I wasn't going to do them, but we're going to do them and we'll do the best we can. But, there I have people that wait every year for the yearly forecast and it's going to go up. So after the show today, go to JenniferFalaw.com, get them when you can, email to schedule or to receive the gift card. You can give these as gift card as well. I will make you up a gift card. And that's about it. I still got everything up there. Anything you need, cleansings, healings. Susan and Marcy and I have not talked to get things together to get something else up for them. But you want to sneak in there and get their deals before I take them down, you can. I'm sure they would not mind. So anyway, the Christmas sales are over. You still can get last minute gift cards for people. If you forgot somebody, you can go in there and I still got the gift cards. I can give them out. I got to make new pictures for everything. But get the yearly forecast because it will not be up for long.
All right. That is what is happening over at JenniferFalaw.com. I failed to get I've got so many. There it is. JenniferFalaw.com. And Jen, my birthday's coming up in January 26th, about a month from now. So I need
to send another gift. No, I'm just kidding.
I need my reading. I need my yearly forecast.
Yeah, people like the yearly forecast.
Then it'll be like, oh, well, you just got paid, so you don't need a yearly forecast.
I know everybody be like, I don't care anymore. I got the RV.
Yeah. Well, we're hoping we get
no, because people come in and they want to know what's going to happen with their kids this year, and they want to know what's going to happen with their husband this year, and everybody's health and everything like that. So we walk through all of that, and kind of do it in, quarters. See, right. Well, okay, in the first quarter, I see this. So it's kind of interesting, and it's more work than a regular reading. So go back. It will be up probably all January, but the sale price will not be up for long. So I would go in and get them.
Let me ask you something. We have a thing that we did before where we asked Jesus the question. And I'm gonna ask you a question, Jesus Christ.
All right, let me hit publish. Publish. All right.
I have a question. You got that beautiful cross for Christmas, which is very nice. I was gonna ask Jesus, time on the cross cannot have been very pleasant. And I'm wondering how he feels about the cross being his symbol. Is it okay with him? Does he wish it was something else? Does he think it's interpreted correctly?
That's a good
In terms of
question.
what
I've
it
always
was?
felt that way too. I'm like, why? Ever since I was a little kid, I was like, why are we using the symbol of the thing that killed him?
Yeah.
Why don't we use like the dove or just heart for love? Because that's what he did.
Yeah.
He came and tried to teach people about love and how to live a better life and be closer to God. He didn't come to glorify himself. He came to glorify God. So let me ask. It was originally a negative symbol. But he said humanity and their love for him have changed it into a positive one. And I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I'm okay that they have taken a negative symbol and turned it into one of love.
Yeah. Because, originally being threatened with the cross was probably, designed to invoke terror in people. So, because it was a horrible way to die. Horrible way. All right. Thank you, Jesus, thanks, Jesus, for answering that question. I wanted to remind everybody again, MikeBarrettPets.com, MikeBarrettPets@gmail.com. You can order from them. And, again, I'm going to try this stuff. The CBD gurus are great. They're wonderful. And I'm going to try this new stuff. I know Kimberly Reck just got some of the special sauce for her kitties. So we're going to look forward to that. All right. We're going to slide over to Rumble. Why? Because over on Rumble, we have the $5 a month subscription. And those people get to ask their questions first. Gary, oh, by the way, your real name, your first name, at least, and the name of the person you're asking about is necessary for Jen to connect. Oh, guess what? The broker is texting me.
Oh.
Wow. Okay. He says a plan called the DAWES plan, DAWES, created the 1924 German bonds. Remember how we're always talking about how the bonds need to go first and they need to get paid? We are waiting to go in 1 week.
That's I just want to say thank you for that, Jesus, because I needed that today. That's like exactly what he was talking about. Okay.
Yeah. I think that's it. Thank you, broker, for doing that.
Now, how would I know that
information? So that would fit. That this is the German bond deal, that they will go in 1 week, and then that will trigger the whole thing. They don't mature for 100 years. It took 100 years to mature. You know how a bond matures, and that's when you get the maximum value. Whatever it is.
Love you, broker.
10 years, 20 years, 100 years. Yeah. I like that.
That's awesome. Thank you.
See, you get shit on this show you don't get anywhere else.
That's right.
Phil Godlewski doesn't have this shit.
Well, I walk in here like, yeah, this could be totally wrong, and I have no idea how this all matches up, but somebody might, and I just throw it out there and hope people don't throw spears at me.
Our team and our family puts it together. Okay. Gary S. Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Good morning. Question for Jen. About a week ago, I asked you about a friend of mine. His name is Roger. He still does not return my calls. You thought it was a phone problem. Do you still see that's what it is?
He's in a really bad financial situation. So if he doesn't have a phone or has a different phone, I would try to reach him in another way.
Okay. Kurt Ron is here. Happy Christmas recovery, everyone. Hi, Kurt. You too. Connie Anderson, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Happy Wednesday. Bernie is here. Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Thank you. Scott, get well, guys. We're working on it. Green Teakley, $5 a month subscriber. Little Red Castle. Thank you. Angel 0964. Oh, that reminds me. Nader did put out a video yesterday where he's going to have this guy named Angel One on to talk Intel, I think today at some point. In fact, it might even be going on right now. You go ahead and listen to him. Angel One has some connections in the banking world, in the bond world. He might know something. He might have some interesting information. So when the Nader video comes out or the live stream, by all means, go ahead and listen to it. Now, Angel One is a weasel. He used to work with Militiaman, and they had a big fight. Militiaman told him to go fuck himself. So that's where we're at. Take it with a grain of salt, but it could be interesting to listen to. So I don't dissuade you from listening to that. So Angels 0964, that you reminded me of that. So Nadine says, so very sorry, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. So very sorry, Christine, for the loss of your beloved Chester. Sending thoughts and prayers. Yeah, as we are. All are. Karen, wow, Karen, I can't understand that question. Be Karen, question. Home stay to have we, and question up that screw to have a cat. Karen, I can't understand that.
Is that like a code?
I don't know. If I read you the whole thing, you'd
cat walked over the keyboard, I think.
K Blanche, Red Castle, $5 a month says, the hell backwards Prince chats. Okay. Backward. She says backward Prince chat my. She's typing it. It's coming out backwards. Well, it is Mercury retrograde, and I've had some bad experiences with that. David Murtos. David, I know you're in town. I'd love to come and have a drink. I don't know if I'm going to feel up to it, but David Murtos is in town. $5 a month subscriber, Little Red Castle. Jen, there's a picture of Biden in the Oval Office floating around with Trump's reflection in the window.
Shut up. That would be cool.
Is that real or is it Photoshop?
It's not real.
David also says California is trying to pass a law allowing illegals to become police officers and join the military. Yeah, we'll stop that. I hope. Magnum Mike, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Jen, Carrie is referring to the crazy lady. Okay. Crazy lady Kim Gogan, who says she's in charge of the right to issue. She has no legitimacy according. Yeah, this is this Kim Possible crackpot crazy lady who's running the RV for the Galactics.
The entire world, right?
Yeah, the Galactics. Yeah.
Quite the ego.
The Galactics. Slippery Slope, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. What's your name? Any clue when the wars will finally come to an end? Under Nasara Jassara, we cannot have war. Many predict a lot of the wars will end after Nasara is implemented. That's when the wars end. Mm-hmm. Kelly says, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Any advice for my son Taylor and his friend regarding the card game they are creating? Kelly wants to know about her son Taylor and the card game he and his friend are creating.
Needs to be more colorful. Needs to be more attractive to the eye.
More color. You know, the Y-Files has a new card game, Go Hecklefish, which is pretty good. So enjoy that. Scott says, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Fox News is hinting on Biden's health. Will removal escalate this week? Good question.
There's been a wrench thrown in those spokes, and they keep doing it.
Yeah.
It's really just kind of a. They're waiting on this whole thing too, so they're waiting for everything to be in place, and then just pull them out. And that's the big smoke screen. That's the big excuse. That's the big. That's when I really saw the EBS after all the minions come out of the woodwork and he pulled out of office and they're outraged because he's gone and they're,
Yeah.
Timing, no. I have no idea because they keep changing it.
I'm just waiting for them to start getting shot in the street. Remember that guy who got shot in the balls with a paintball with a rubber bullet
No.
back in the 2017 protests? They made T-shirts out of it and stuff. It was awesome. David Murtos, $5 a month subscriber, Little Red Castle. Jen, will I win or lose at the casino in Vegas? Well, I tell you what, Dave. Before you play, you're supposed to sit down and say, "What, Jen?" I'm
God
going to
loves me
win.
and I'm a winner.
I'm going to win.
Now, what
because
you really have to do here is you have to use the God-centered conscious creation. And so you have to, so you picture in your mind what you want to see. So if it's bleep, bleep, bleep bonus, picture that happening, say, B, thank you, God. And then wait for it to happen. Just keep focusing on that.
Now, last time I used, I'm going to win because God loves me and I'm a winner, which is what Jen told me to say. And last time I won. So
And I win now. Or just it's conscious creation about what you're going to experience in your reality next.
yeah, if you
So
sit
we
there,
don't want to focus on, oh my God, please God, let me win. I've lost money. I got to win that. But we want to just focus on what we're going to see next. And
sit there
that's
at the blackjack table. Just keep picturing yourself getting a blackjack.
right.
Yeah. See what happens. Okay. Angels0964 thought that was a good question. Ivana Curry, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. She gets to go first. Hi, everyone. Jen, Lukey, my 9-year-old German Shepherd, has 2 hot spots and some small lumps all over his body. Can you see what could be wrong with him?
It's got a severe allergy to it's almost like when a person has an allergy to gluten. So whatever it's wheat, corn, grains, whatever in his food, it's really bothering him.
Okay, and Ivana, I'm just going to tell you, get over to MikeBarraPets.com and pick up some of the Mojos and the Mojos and what's the other thing called, Mike? The Mojos are really good. Dogs love them. They're liver based, but they have the mushroom in them, and the mush puppies.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up, but if you have to pick one of the 2, pick the Mojos because they'll love those. Give him 2 to 4 of those a day, and the mushroom will get in there and help him quite a bit.
So I'm seeing carrots, and I'm thinking it's offered as a suggestion other than some treats, because even dog treats, they all have some kind of filler in them, some kind of grain to hold everything together, the biscuits. Either that or he's not good on carrots, but I don't think it's that. I think that this dog really needs like meat and vegetables, and that's it, but want to stay away from grains.
Okay. Bernie, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, gets to go first. Bernie says, there's a lot of spiritual activity in my house for the last few days. Light bulbs blinking, weird noises. I live on my own. It doesn't bother me. Can you ask the angels, do they know why? Bernadette wants to know.
Oh, you got a visitor.
Nader's
A man.
Brienne? What?
Wandered in.
Okay.
Christmas time.
Hey, Jen, last night we were just got back from taking Barkley for a walk, and there's a like a ring around a light fixture on our ceiling. It's about 15 feet up, and it's metal, and it has these 3 press fit hooks, and it just came crashing down onto the marble floor, like creating all kinds of racket. Scared the shit out of everybody for like no reason. Was somebody moved that, or was it just not properly reset when it was reseated when it was light?
It was hanging on by one thread in the vibration. Is there somebody above you?
No.
Okay. So anyway, somehow vibration over time, it
Could
just
have been
boom.
Yeah, it could have been the
Yeah, it wasn't set up
the
there. Right?
door being slammed or something. So, okay, just want to make sure it wasn't a visitor. Nader's been postponed to 4:30 today. Okay, I think that's East Coast time. I don't know, but probably be worth watching or following later. Okay. Irish Miss Mary Ellen is her name. Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, would like to know, is there any boyfriend in my future?
March.
David is inviting me to hang out at the Fountain Blue. I would like to come down, and you're offering me dinner. I'd like to. Let me see how I feel. Let me see how I feel Thursday, Friday night. You're in town till Saturday, right, David? So, when people from the crew come into town, I like to spend time with them if I can. At least go have a coffee or something.
I want to come into Vegas. I want to go to Vegas.
Well,
Let's do this. I can go
you
to
can come
Vegas.
here. You're welcome, Irish Miss. By the way, I missed that. Is she going to have a boyfriend in the future?
Yes, in March, but then you interrupted me. But yes, March. It's coming.
Very distracted lately. Okay, let's go back quickly, see if there's any other questions. Truth. Saw the watch. The Q phone was delayed. Carrie Cassidy. Crazy Cassidy. Okay, guys, if you want your questions first up front, $5 a month. Subscribe over on Rumble. I know some of you are having a hard time getting the subscribe thing, but I can't do tech support for Rumble. I mean, send them. I will say this about Rumble: if you go in there, if you have a account, go on your computer, not your phone, or try it both ways. They're usually pretty helpful. You can get a chat person, and they have been pretty good about that stuff.
There's always more options on the computer than the phone, but
yeah, usually. All right. Let's get our pinned YouTube questions. Angel Heart. Hi, Jen and Mike. My name is Carrie. I lost my job in September. It has sent me into a depression spiral. My family wants me to go to the doctors and get on meds. I don't want to. Help.
Well, you don't necessarily have to get on meds, but you do need to talk to somebody. You're in a rut. You need to get pulled out of the rut.
Get pulled out of the rut. Dort, we always feed the birds this time of year. The year round. They almost all left this year. She wants to know what's going on with the birds.
Migration. Different. They have different migration patterns, is what I'm hearing. According to.
By the way,
that has something to do with their migration.
Did I tell you we got a popcorn? I told you we got a popcorn.
Yes.
Yeah. You want to see video of it?
Sure.
The only thing I don't have is butter. Is movie theater butter, but there it is yesterday, popping the popcorn. That's really just good. Like in a movie.
Just that's like, cool.
So good stuff. That's on Instagram. Katrina says, I need some encouraging words today. I start to be annoyed. Some of the truthers who now are flipping and say the opposite. Please ask the angels that RV and Nasara. Will the RV and Nasara really happen?
Oh, Katrina, yeah. And I think that we got another missing piece today. And then the broker came in. Watch, go back. I think your comment probably from earlier, but this deed, this 100-year thing, and the bonds and all that.
Something. Yeah.
Along the way, I think we got another piece of the puzzle so that things make more sense. Like when you're just sitting around and waiting and nobody's telling you anything and you don't know why.
Yeah.
That's the biggest frustration with children. That was me as a child, and actually my entire life. Well, why? Why is that? And nobody tells you. And so you give up. But the more information that we can accumulate so that we can understand the situation and the process, it helps.
Katrina, we need to think of the survival of our nation before everyone getting rich. Rick, everyone getting rich or a few million people is part of the survival of our nation. We're the ones who have to carry the economy to rebuild it. So
that's right. Yeah. The RV is the beginning of the whole shebang. All right. And the whole shebang saves the nation and the other nations. And if we do not do this, it will not. We're going to a pretty bad place.
Yep. The whole world needs to be on an equal playing field. Love, respect, and compassion for everyone. No, I got no compassion. I got no compassion for Hamas. I want them exterminated. So not with you on that. After the bad guys are all dead, then I'm fine with that. Sorry.
Listen. some people go overboard with this whole Nasara Jasara thing. There will always be human nature and there will always be emotions. There will always be villains. What we're going to experience is a rise in vibration because of a great, infusion of joy and comfort and
Prosperity. Right.
knowledge and prosperity. And people will act accordingly. They're more happy, they're more loving, and then that will spread. Love is contagious. But there will always be people who lost a boyfriend, a whatever, a dog, and they get angry, and that's always going to be present. There's always going to be some new emerging villain, right? But what we're doing with this entire thing is shifting that balance. The balance has gotten out of balance between the good, the light, and the dark.
Right.
Okay.
And again, I'm going to say it to you folks. Again, if you lease or buy a Ferrari and you love that car and you drive around and you love every minute, guess what? That raises your vibration and that sends that happy vibe throughout the entire universe. So there's nothing wrong with that. If that makes you happy, let it make you happy, because your happiness is contributing to the overall goodness of
Yeah. When I was 25, I was living on my own. I was running one of my parents' business. I was going to college for like 7 years at night, full time, and I bought myself a brand new, what was it, 98 Mitsubishi Eclipse? And it was like, I love that thing. That was fun. And I used to drive windy roads to get to work every day. I went out to Palm Desert to show my dad my new car. You'd never seen a man so happy with his daughter driving around in this shiny red sports car. And we get out at the McDonald's and the old guys come up to, oh, is that your car? No, it's my daughter's car. And he's just like, the joy that thing brought to him more than me was amazing.
And so it may be a material thing, but it can raise your vibration. And the more the happier you are, guess what? When you go to give, you're giving with a fuller heart. So don't let people decide for you what's the appropriate spiritual path. How you get to that joy is irrelevant. It's the joy that you experience that spreads the word. When I go see my friend's band, Hollywood U2, you can say anything you want about U2. You can say anything you want about Bono. You're probably right. But when I listen to him sing and play those beautiful songs, I am up here. I am in the clouds. And I am spreading that everywhere I go. So, screw you.
Me, I've always wanted a grand piano. And I wanted one with a recording studio in it, because when I was 6 years old, I sat down and started playing the piano and writing my own songs without a lesson ever. Classical pieces. I don't know how to write it down. But I'd like to just play it and have it beautifully recorded, because it's hard to record piano music with the vibrations and everything. So, I mean, I've always said someday I'm going to have that beautiful room with those acoustics, and I'm going to have a grand piano with a recording studio in it. And if I get there and I'm happy about it and you don't like it, I don't care. I don't care.
If it costs you $250,000 to build an acoustically perfect room she can play her piano in, so what? It's not up to you to say she couldn't give it that.
Oh, you got a grand piano? You know what? Get out, because you're not allowed in the fun room. Right. Okay, because you're not fun.
Jen, the future piano player. Christine Packer. Hello, Christine. Hello to everyone. Thanks for all in the chats who have helped me. We're doing our best. There's not much we can do. Christine, very sorry. Very sorry. And lots of love for you. Steve Templeton says, good afternoon from the rainy Shenandoah Valley of Virginia.
Good afternoon.
We have people all over the world, from Seattle to Australia. AJ also chimes in. And Ron DeVito, of course, Uncle Ron. Thinking of you, Christine, in your time.
You have a huge support group, Christine. Huge.
As best we can. You know, the thing is, though, is with something like this, it's just, there's not much people at a distance can really do.
And there's not much you can say. I remember when I was widowed. Everybody came initially, and it was a nice distraction, but then everybody went home, and it got quiet. Yeah. That's when you're left with these thoughts. That's when you need to come to me, because you guys were together longer than I was, Christine. But I understand these irrational thoughts that come up, like there's something I should have done, or whatever. just come to me and we'll talk about it. Don't pay me for anything. Just come to me, and if I can offer some kind of help and guidance. And sometimes I used to go to a psychic. There was a place in town that had psychics, and this was before I was doing it professionally. I just needed somebody to tell me something. I just needed to know
Yep.
that he knew how hard I was trying. And they did. And I'm all right, I'm good for a couple months. I'm good. I can keep going. And people don't understand that about mediums. And they come out here and, oh, kill all the mediums. You do not see the value in that one connection that will keep them moving forward in a positive direction, that gives them that phone call again. So do not judge. And you come to me when you're ready, Christine. Give it some time. Gotta give it some time.
I wanted to say thank you, Kathy Edwards. Thank you, Lori Bakemeyer, for sending presents. Thank you, Linda Smith, for sending presents. Thank you to Jen for your t-shirt presents. And also, I wanted to also give a special thanks, because I don't know what platform she is on, but I got what's her name? Where is it? Joe Evans, of course, Joseph B. Evans. Okay, sorry, I've just got to get through this. Cora, where are you? I just had Corey Alstrom sent me $10. Sent us $10. Thank you, Corey, very much. Appreciate
And I would
that.
like to thank everybody that send me gifts. Also personal and loving and beautiful. And Lori sent me some punka bread, among other things.
I got pumpkin bread. That's what I got from Lori too.
And we served it on Christmas Eve. I froze it when I got it, and then I served it on Christmas Eve and Christmas, and everybody loved it. So thank you.
Okay. Laura says, my Wells Fargo bank had a sign outside that said Premier Banking. Inside, money orders, checks, and other services are no longer at this bank. Is that stuff we should pay attention to, Jen? Are banks really changing?
Well,
things?
that is quite interesting to me. And yes, I do think that is telling, because at a place that we're at in this economy, why would you be pushing wealth management? Why would you be dropping services like that when everybody's going down the tube, supposedly? It's ridiculous. They know what's coming. They know where they're making money next.
Joe Evans, thank you again, as usual. And Joel B. Hammaker, thank you also. Trying so hard to stay hopeful, says Susan. Keep trying. Keep trying.
Sorry, Susan.
What was the purpose of having Kevin Spacey on Tucker Carlson's show on Christmas? He was in character during the interview. There were a lot of comms that would appear. Jen, can you ask about this? Well, I think he's turned state's evidence, right? They tried to kill him, didn't they?
That's something I'd have to see the interview. I don't.
Who makes that call? Trump. We understood from the angels that Trump would make the call on the removal of.
He did turn.
He did.
And as long as he plays ball, they won't kill him. All right. So again, which call? For what? To pull out the president, or to see? There's the overall financial call. Trump made that call to proceed when he went to Reno. Now they're putting everything in place to proceed. And so, but we don't know what date did they give? I don't know. The 1st? Starting to look like that to me. Or after that?
Lori Yoder says, Mike, Jen, innocent question. How come it is that all this new information like this transatlantic treaty keeps coming up and no one talks about it prior to Jen's wonderful intel? Because Jen has sources nobody else does.
Well, it's interesting. I've asked that question about why didn't I get all the information way back then? Why didn't I get this in? Because if they would have gave me that, a couple years ago, we had completely forgot it and thought it was crap. I thought it was wrong. So what I've seen from the angels as your life goes and you ask questions and things, they will, they're kind of task at hand too. They don't give you something too early because, like they're not going to tell you somebody's going to, first of all, nothing negative. They're not going to tell you like somebody's going to die and, in 2 years, let me suffer for 2 years. They do not inflict needless suffering on anyone. They work for God. Okay. So if it's time to have this information and it's useful to us and it gives us an answer that we need to keep going, that's when they'll give it.
Nico Lockey wants to know when he's going to work again. Well, Nico, unfortunately, you're the rarest of things in Hollywood now, a white leading man, a handsome white leading man. Tell you what, when this all happens, I'm going to buy Star Trek and make some Star Trek movies. I'll get you a part.
When?
Engineering technician. You see me finding work soon. He needs a job.
In that field? You might find something before that. Okay.
Yeah, that would be ideal. But
I'm really looking at summer and you're going to Texas.
A lot of production in Texas, Nico. So, Christine again, Jen is spot on again. Gentel confirmed. I can't imagine what you're going through, Christine. Jen, can you please ask Jesus what the Black Swan event will be in 2024? It's supposed to be a huge geopolitical or economic event. It's going to be a huge geopolitical and economic event. We already know what it is. So, a lot of NATO references.
The Black Swan event. So that would be a negative event. So that's probably the crashes.
Yeah. Guys, I'd love to hang with all of you, but look, I'm focused on one thing right now, which is getting healthy enough to feel good enough to go out on New Year's Eve. I've already bought my tickets to the big party at Fremont. I want to be healthy for that. So I just think there's very small. I'd love to go to the Fontainebleau. I'd love to meet you there, Dave, and check it out and have dinner. You're going to buy me dinner? I'd love to go. I just got to take care of myself for, what is it, Sunday night? Monday night? When's New Year's Eve? Sunday night. I got to be ready for that because I'm going out. Oregon Farm Girl, Dale, wants to know if they've switched out Ivanka.
No.
Laura says we'll be arriving at 8 a.m. Saturday and flying back at 9 a.m. on Sunday. I don't want to be in the New Year's Eve crowd, so coming home. That's half the fun is the New Year's Eve crowds.
You're going to have to use your own discernment about demonstrations and things starting to spark up. For me personally, I wouldn't go out and be in the middle of 1,000 people. I'd be like on the outskirts watching 1,000 people with an easy exit. I don't know. But I don't like to spread any kind of fear. I don't see anything specific. I just see that we're going to start hearing about this now. Or start seeing it in the news, things like that.
Kayla says, Jen, I nearly ran out of gas in my car in the middle of nowhere on the 23rd. A handsome man stopped to help me, then paid to fill my car completely up. I didn't get his name. Any clue what his name is? Yeah, Jesus, he came down from heaven to help you.
No, I probably, I'm not going to get his exact name. I've never been good at that. People are like, oh, well, how do I know it's really my grandpa? What's the pet name he used to call me? And then it's like test anxiety. I don't know. I'm not going to be able to hear it. It's too hard.
I don't know. Regina is here. Hi, Regina. Thanks for the ribs. Thanks for dinner. Thanks for bringing that up about making ourselves happy. I've seen comments in the chat basically chastising others for looking forward to the get-together in Vegas. That is not He had his dog in the back seat with him. And if his truck BS name was Huck, I don't think I quite get that.
I just hear Juan.
Juan?
They look Mexican or Hispanic.
He said his name is Huck. Do you mean the dog?
Just ask
why,
God to bless him. He will.
Why is there no more news about Fusca, or the possibility of JFK Jr. being alive? Has that been put on the back burner? Or is it not ever going to come to light?
People probably don't talk about these things because they got tired of the whole Patriot movement party thing with the touring and and all that talk. It got old. Now we've kind of moved forward, and people want more. They're like, okay, I don't want just some guy trading around who may not be somebody. I need answers, and I need them now.
Yeah.
I just know that's what people are coming at me for. All right, we want specific answers, and we want them now. Give us a reason to keep going. I don't give a crap who this guy with the hat on is. I want to know what's going on, and that's what's happened.
Remember, guys, Vincent Fusca is not JFK Jr. JFK Jr. impersonated Vincent at some rallies. That's the deal. Okay, back over to the Rumble side. Anything over again? There, Little Red Castles. Mama, Lisa 11 got my castle. Thank you, Lisa. Yay! Let's all say thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.
I almost hate to ask this, but will we RV soon so I don't lose the house I found for sale that I love? Lisa, will she get the house she's got her eye on, or will she get something better?
Who's this?
Lisa.
I see a couple moving in on that house. They pulled back. So it may be around for a while. I think that the chances are good that you could get that one.
Okay. I'm trying to find the name of the lady who was typing backwards. What's her name? Okay, Karen. All right, Karen. Karen wants to know. I'm no longer backwards. That got fixed.
How does that even happen?
We are spending the month of January in Gulf Shores. Will something happen to cause us not to go?
You go and you enjoy your time.
Good for you. Okay, guys, that is going to wrap things up for today. MikeBarrett.blogspot.com. Over on Rumble, it's Real News Live. Sign up over there. Subscribe for $5 a month. Really helps the channel. Telegram is Mike Barrett 33. Instagram, Mike Barrett 333. And on Twitter X, at capital MIKE, capital BARA 333 on Twitter X. But it's not for kids. My Twitter X is not for kids, so don't expect anything cute over there on that. Jen, you can find over at jenniferfalaw.com, YouTube, Jennifer Falaw Doreen, Philosophy on Telegram. There's also Philosophy group chat. There's also a Mike Barrett chat on Telegram. I'm always posting information on Telegram. Telegram is primarily what I do to communicate with the community during the day. And Jennifer Falaw Doreen on Telegram. Also, please do not forget, we are Real News Live on Rumble. Don't forget, where are we going? Oh, MikeBarrettPets.com. MikeBarrettPets.com and the CBDGurus.com. Discount code ALIEN. All right, we love you guys. Thanks for being here. Jen and I will be back on Monday with more Gentel.
No,
we're not. It's New Year's Day. So
it is, and I don't know what I'm doing yet. I'm supposed to go out of town and see friends, so it'll be Wednesday.
Or we're going to try. We're going to be Wednesday, guys. If I feel good enough, I'm going to try to pull it together for Friday. But I'm going to wait and see how I feel on Friday morning before I make that call. And I'm sure if I ask Brooks and Blake, they'll probably say, "Yeah, we'll do it." I wanted to do shows. I wanted to do one last night. I just did not feel up to it. And again, My sole focus is getting healthy over the next few days. I've been pretty sick for 2 weeks with a bad sinus infection that was not properly treated by my doctors. So screw them, doctors. And I had to help Dave too, because Dave's been sick. So with the same thing. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up. It is the holidays, things are slower. Hang in there. Maybe by next Wednesday, we'll be talking about what we're gonna do with all our money. That would be cool.
That would be cool. Yes.
That'd
Let's
be
just
very
all enjoy ourselves until then. Put it on the back burner. Let them do their thing. And then we'll come back here on Wednesday and we'll talk about it. How's that?
All right. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to the broker. Thank you to everyone who gave us tidbits of information. Jen, I think it's really interesting how the broker put that together on the
I love him.
So,
That made so much sense to me.
Yep. That's what you're getting. That's what you're getting. And I think it's fascinating stuff.
Because there was this long conversation from Michael and I'm picking out bits and pieces of it. And I'm like, what was that? Say that again. And then so I'm like, okay, I'm going to summarize
he knows what that 100-year bond is. That's a bond maturing after 100 years. And it has to be paid out before you can go to the new currency system, the gold back.
And maybe that's what's holding up the bond people. I don't know.
A lot of people are saying Friday. Friday is 29th. That would be the last banking day, really, before the first. The first is holiday, so it would make sense to get paid on Friday. All right,
I really
guys.
see that. I was really seeing everything happening after that first mark. Like once everything expires, and you're free to do this stuff. That's what I was seeing.
Yeah. All right, love you guys. Thanks for being here. We will be back when we're back. When Jen and I Wednesday, I don't know when I'll be back, but I'm going to try to do something in between.